Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very, very special edition of the Big Al Show. It's the Kick Ass Wrestling Award nominations. We're going to find out who is up for all of our yearly awards. We've got 4 big awards that we're going to tell you about here on the show, plus all the latest. We're going to talk about The Miz winning the title. We're going to talk about Survivor Series, talk about Raw, what's going on with Impact, and all the latest TNA and WWE news coming at you right now on the Big Al Show. And as always, I am Big Al, joined by TNA TJ. Yo. This week, we got a lot for you guys. A lot of this news is a little bit older. We're getting around to the show now at a different time. We're not going to be moving the time, but we may be jumping around here and there. But we're coming at you today on a Friday. Happy late Thanksgiving, everybody. How was your Thanksgiving, TNA TJ?
It was good, delicious.
I hope everyone had a wonderful feast and enjoyed their time off from work. I assume most of us had off Thursday. I would hope so. But you know, these days, you never know. McDonald's was open on Thursday.
You were there?
I was there.
What'd you get? Turkey Big Mac?
They don't serve turkey. We have awards, ladies and gentlemen, big, big awards that we want to talk about and get into on the program. Let's first announce all the topics, or excuse me, all the awards that we're going to have. Tag Team of the Year, Wrestler of the Year, Feud of the Year, and Match of the Year. We're only going to have 4 categories, okay? Wrestler of the Year, of course, this is the big one. We're going to explain it to you, explain them all in detail. Wrestler of the Year, this is like the MVP award. This is going to be who we think is number 1 in wrestling. It's not necessarily just wrestling skill. Let's remember, this is going to be all about overall, the whole package, charisma, how over are they with the crowd, how popular are they, and how good of a wrestler are they. It's got to be everything. Who is the MVP, so to speak, of wrestling? Same deal with the Tag Team of the Year. Who is the MVP, the most valuable tag team this year? Feud of the Year, what was the biggest, the baddest, the best feud, okay? A lot of feuds, they get overblown. Which one was the best, the most, I think, old school? Which one really takes you back when you think wrestling feud and reminds you of that? That's who's going to get our award there. And, of course, the Match of the Year, which 2 workers put on the best show overall, okay, in a wrestling match. And, it has to come with something more than just the match as well. So we have to have it from both sides. It has to be a big wrestling match, and it has to mean something in addition. So 4 big awards. Who is going to win? Who's going to be up? We're going to find out today who we have nominated for the Kick Ass Wrestling Awards. And I must give a thanks to everybody on Twitter who gave me some wonderful recommendations, a couple ideas which would have, passed my mind, and some of us here at the Kick Ass Wrestling Show would have went over our heads. So we're glad we caught on to those. We've done our research. I think these are going to be some great picks. Whether you agree with the winners or not, I think we have a good field lined up for us, for everybody.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to start announcing those in a little bit. Let's talk about some news. Let's talk about some news first. We want to start on a little bit of a sad note. Our best wishes right now out to Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's not doing well. He's very, very ill right now in the Tampa hospital, going in and out of a coma, apparently. So our best wishes to Bobby. It's not looking good. This could be a very, very sad day coming up for all wrestling fans. We want everybody to be prepared for that and to pray for Bobby as well.
He's been sick a while.
He has been sick for quite a while, but it's not looking good.
Hard up.
So all the best to Bobby Heenan, one of
the Brain.
I'm sure everybody's favorites. I know one of your favorites.
Yeah. Announcing, manager. He did it all, man. He was awesome, man. Even in the ring, he wrestled for a little bit. A lot of people didn't know that. In the very, very beginning, he was a wrestler. So just entertaining, man. The Weasel.
It would always be great when he put on the Weasel suit, get in a match, fall over. I mean, he was just such a good actor, good personality, good mic, good charisma, good look for a manager, for an announcer. I mean, the total package. Could you really say anything more about Bobby Heenan? If someone tells me he's the greatest announcer of all time, I have no problem with that.
Sure. Greatest manager of all time?
No problem with that either.
Oh, yeah.
So let's hope for the best. We do not want to see Bobby Heenan go yet.
Nope.
All right, but on some brighter news, I guess if you're a Miz fan, the Miz is the WWE champion.
Awesome!
I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. I literally don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's a good thing because he has a good personality. He's young. The WWE needs to push these younger guys, and he does have it. It took a while for me to come around on him, but you know he's got charisma, he's got potential, but that doesn't mean that he's ready for the belt yet. I said the same thing with Sheamus. I think it helped Sheamus though, and since they throw the belts around these days anyway, I guess I don't have too much of a problem with the Miz winning it, but I do have a problem with the title switching hands so much. Can we just keep the belts on one wrestler at least for half of the year? I don't want to see these title changes multiple times within a year, as we've seen. But other than that, I have no problem with The Miz being champion. What about you?
It's going to switch. This is a setup for Barrett to win the belt. They're setting this up. He won't have the belt for more than a month. I can promise you.
So Barrett's winning the belt.
Yes, this is a setup. This is perfect.
Well,
They're going to have Orton lose to Barrett. This is a perfect. Everyone could see Barrett beating The Miz, even in a fair fight. Let alone, jumping him. Because Orton can take 2 or 3 guys out. He can't take the whole crowd out. Miz ain't going to do that.
That's a good point.
I can even see Riley switching. Riley's from NXT. Remember, don't forget.
Or maybe Miz is with NXT. Could Miz be the real leader of NXT?
No, Barrett's the leader. Barrett's don't get that twisted.
You never know.
No. Nope. That's not going to happen. But Barrett will be your new next champion.
Something deeper is going on here, I think. And I pointed this out on my Survivor Series review. If you listen to the Survivor Series promo, listen to Wade Barrett here in that promo. There's got to be more to it than we know, at least. There's a surprise coming. What it is, I don't know, but it's coming. Listen to Barrett.
WWE Survivor Series. You think you can stop the Nexus? It's all part of a bigger picture. But you're too simple to understand. A new chapter is about to be written. A WWE...
So what does that mean? Because nothing huge happened at Survivor Series other than Cena retiring.
Something with the GM, possibly?
Right.
Having to do with Nexus somehow?
We're too simple to understand what's really going on. So what is really going on? Who is the GM? Whose side is he on? There's a lot to be answered, and I guess that makes for good television. So the WWE, I have to say, has done a good job with this Nexus storyline overall. It's taken some twists and turns, some ups and downs, but it's certainly been better than the same old, plain old, right, that we see. And it's certainly been better than a lot of the stuff TNA throws at the wall. And, guys, look, I like TNA. I want it to be successful, but it's the same bookend. It's the same, just disorganization, throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. No consistency at all. From TNA, which is what will drive the fans away.
It drove me away.
So,
tough.
I watched the WWE's not doing awesome, but at least I think they've done the next storyline justice.
They're sticking with they got that one storyline, but that's just like WCW had NWO, which is really their main storyline. And this isn't working, man. It's working. It got me involved.
I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to announce our nominations for Wrestling Feud of the Year. The Wrestling Feud of the Year. Oh. Who do you think of this year, 2010, when you think of the best wrestling feud? I think of, and here are our nominations. Drum roll, please. TNA TJ, can you do drum roll on the table?
On the phone, because
on the table.
Your phone might fly.
I guess you're right. Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle, feud of the year, possibly. Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle, TNA.
They're going at it.
The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, feud of the year, WWE.
Nice. Has to be in there.
Beer Money and the Motor City Machine Guns. Talk about a tag team rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
Could they be the feud of the year? They had some great matches.
Sure they did.
And John Cena versus Nexus. WWE is that feud of the year. A lot of questions there. What do you think? Feud of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, John Cena and Nexus, or Beer Money and the Motor City Machine Guns?
Two stand out for me.
Which ones are those?
The Cena, Nexus, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
Undertaker, I thought, and Shawn Michaels was very good. They got it started early. Obviously, it went back to last year. I mean, really.
Yeah.
So they've had a feud. They had the match to boot. They had a hell of a match. Shawn Michaels said goodbye. I mean, if that has to be at least a nomination here for Feud of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Anderson and Angle was very much a throwback feud, like an old-school style feud. They went at it. They went at it every week. They did different things with the feud, but they always stuck together. Mr. Anderson wasn't off doing something, and Kurt Angle was doing something else. They just went at each other for a couple of months, and they had a hell of a match at Lockdown, which was a big payoff, too.
Sure.
That's a great feud. Cena and Nexus, what more can you say? That's been the feud that's been driving the WWE for the past, 6 months?
Oh, yeah.
That's been their headline, Nexus. And you could say WWE versus Nexus, but really it's just been John Cena, right? Sure. This has been a Cena Nexus.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would have rather seen a Jarrett, though, Angle feud. Just to throw that out there. They've done nothing with that, TJ. It hasn't happened. They haven't had a match. What have they had? One angle. They haven't done nothing. So you can't have a feud of the year with just that. No, they should have. I'm saying, instead of throwing, what's his name out there, they should have done.
And Beer Money and the Motor City Machine Guns, some of the best tag matches a lot of people have seen in a good minute.
Yeah, sure, best tag teams right now.
And they went at it. They had a couple of sets. They had a series. They had some 2 out of 3s.
Going at it.
So I think we got some good nominations, everybody. I know we left out some, but these are our picks here at the Kick Ass Wrestling Show. What do you think? You could tweet me. Let us know. Twitter.com/KickAssWrestling. And find us on Facebook, Kick Ass Wrestling Show. Like us. I hope you do like us. Oof. And we still got the feud of the we just did feud of the year. We still got the match of the year to go, and of course the big ones. Tag team of the year and wrestler of the year. Those are the big ones we're going to save towards the end of the program. What do you think? A little TNA news?
Sure, throw it this way.
Mr. Anderson, he's done for the rest of the year. He's going to be out possibly early 2011. He'll be back.
He really did get clocked, huh?
Concussion, man.
Don't do it. Got to be careful.
He had a great year, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. He was. I kept saying, what did I say the whole year while we were doing this show? I think he was one of the few guys that were actually giving it all he can for that show. I still say a lot of the guys are just whatever in it, man. There, because the writing's so bad and it's taped and it's whatever. But I felt like he was the most dedicated, hardest worker. He tried his best to make it good.
I agree with you 100%. Mr. Anderson did a phenomenal job. EV2, are they finished? I guess so. They're saying that's the end of that storyline pretty much.
Did it ever start?
They had a nice little memorial show, I think, for ECW, and that was about it. They kind of did. They had a little, set of matches with Fortune, but overall that was it.
They should have left it at that. Should have had the one time that was it.
Ric Flair is mentoring Matt Morgan. Apparently he's taken a real liking to Matt Morgan. He's helping him out. I like it. Matt Morgan is a great guy to choose, and you'd think Flair knows what he's talking about.
Sure. Morgan's good, man. Morgan made it into WWE for a second. They were giving him a little push, kind of. He was a stutter, but they still use him. I think he can go to WWE right now. I think they could use him.
Would they take him, though?
Yes.
Yes. He'd be one of the few that, they could get their hands on.
AJ. Right. I think they would take them, too.
They'd have to take AJ.
I mean, yes, I'm saying.
Eric Young was off and on here with the contract negotiations. Word is he's going to take a pay cut, and he has re-signed.
I saw him last night. I watched TNA last night. He was, they were doing a Thanksgiving special, and he was the server. He's serving the The Hogan and all them.
The food. I missed the show. Sounds like it was decent. That sounds kind of funny, no?
That was funny, but other than that, Dixie took over the company.
Okay.
Angle's over.
So Dixie's just back in control?
So
How'd that happen?
She got a judge to do some papers. I don't know.
All right, I'll have to YouTube it. I'll find out this weekend, everybody.
Hogan's mad. Hogan started saying, "No, Dixie, we were turning this company around. Look at the ratings."
Look at the ratings, Dixie. 1-1, 1-2.
Point two up, baby. Since you were involved, Dixie, no one wants to see your face.
Hulkamaniacs accounting for 0.2 of the audience. That's me.
Awesome.
Sting and Nash probably coming back.
Yes.
They're going to be the new version of the old Outsiders. Still old.
What do they call it? Old 2.0.
Oh, 2.0. I like it. Kurt Angle, there was a little mess back and forth. He's done. He wanted to clarify.
What?
He's done, no, with WWE. A lot of people thought he was going back there. He said never say never. Maybe Dixie heard about that tweet and said something because he came back and said, I'm very loyal to Dixie, very loyal to TNA.
Until it goes out of business, and then I'm all yours.
Oh.
2 years, Vince. Vince is just waiting. That'll be a 2-disc DVD about TNA, The Rise and Fall.
Oh, big news. Big news.
What?
I don't know if this is true. I heard. This is a big rumor. Vince is bringing back Monday Nitro, WCW Monday Nitro,
No way.
for either one show or a continuous series. You say no chance.
No way, but he should.
We've been waiting for this.
All WCW guys?
I don't know what he would do with it. I'm sure it wouldn't be all WCW guys. That would be impossible.
Why?
I'm sure it wouldn't be done right, but don't you want to see Nitro again? I know a lot of people out there saying, no, it's done, it's in the past, but they've got this license. Is it any worse than NXT? Can we just do it? Come on, put the WCW banner back up and do something with it. I don't care if it's a Saturday night show again. Do something with it. Hire Shivani.
Get the old school crew
Get
back.
the old
Get
school crew back. Get Gene doing it. There's a lot of stuff you could do with that program.
Larry Zbyszko.
I'm going to stop you short on Larry.
What? People liked him. Remember they used to chant his name.
Everybody was over in that time.
Yeah.
In the late 90s, everybody was over in
Bring
that
that crew back. The Harlem Heat. I don't care if Stevie Ray's out of shape.
Who says he's out of shape?
That's true.
Kick your ass.
Hell yeah, dude. The guy's huge. But whatever. He could be like Ahmad Johnson when he went there. Like a bigger,
this would be your dream come true if they brought it back.
Hell yeah. If they did, I want my guys back, though.
Kidman. They can't. These guys are gone. Well,
Norton.
You really want Kidman and Scott Norton. They're not going to do it that way. They'll have their own new guys.
Well, why can't they come back?
It's 10 years later, TJ. It's 12 years later.
Those guys will need work.
Bro, it doesn't matter. A lot of people need work.
You don't think Buff Daddy wants to have a job right now?
He didn't. He left on bad terms.
You're right. He did. He wanted to go back.
With WWE, yeah.
Damn it. Ric Flair will be there, boy.
Oh, he's busy
with
He's not coming to their WCW show.
Why not?
They'll probably just do a one-time thing with it and say goodbye.
Dean Malenko.
All right, match of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Match of the year. Now, listen. I'm sure there were some awesome ROH matches I read about. I saw a little bit. Davey Richards. There were some good matches, but we don't have any ROH. We're not huge ROH fans, so forgive us. I'm not that into it. Maybe I'll get a little more into it. I've watched some, and I'm not saying that there's no ROH guys up for any awards tonight, but, overall, that's not we don't lean towards ROH, so forgive us in that manner, all the ROH fans, because I do respect the ROH fans. I get what they want. We want the same thing. I just don't think ROH is doing it just right now. They can make some changes. But we're in the same boat, guys. That being said, match of the year, Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle as Lockdown is a nomination by the Kick Ass Wrestling Show. What you think of that match? Moonsault off the top of the cage, that's all I got to say. Sweet. And it was the culmination of a hell of a feud. That was a great match. The crowd was into it. That's when they were out of Orlando. I believe it was in St. Louis. Get out of Orlando. What do you think of that match? Good. It's good, man. Great match.
It was all right. It was good. I liked it. What do you want me to tell you? Moonsaults.
You even remember it.
Yes.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Were they bleeding?
Of course they were.
The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania is a nomination for Match of the Year. What do you think of that one?
Awesome. The first one was the best, though. But yeah,
I think the first was. I like the second one better.
Screw you. You didn't watch it live.
I did. You say that all the time. I did watch it.
Believe you.
Whatever. I like the second one better.
You say so.
Beer Money and Motor City Machine Guns, August 12th, 2 out of 3 falls, is a nomination for the Match of the Year.
Went at it, boy.
And one of my personal favorites, a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but I don't really care. The January 4th, AJ Styles, Kurt Angle match, although interrupted by numerous commercials, was a hell of a match. One of the better matches I think I've seen this year, and I don't care. That's the match I nominate. I know they had a great match at the pay-per-view, but that's the match that I liked. I'm going that match. It was on a big stage, January 4th. I thought it gave TNA a kick in the pants, and it's too bad they couldn't keep up with it. That was a great match for me.
Awesome. Back and forth forever. But yes, way too many commercials. TNA needs to stop that. They do that way too much.
Ruins the match.
On the most important one, take the goddamn commercial and it's the crappy match before, man.
So those are our Match of the Year nominations, ladies and gentlemen. Still to come, the big two, the main ones. Who's the MVP? Who's the Wrestler of the Year? Who is the Kick Ass Tag Team of the Year? We're going to find out.
After these break.
No break. We don't take a break here on the Kick Ass Wrestling Show, the Big Al Show. We got WWE news.
No sponsors yet. We don't have any sponsors. We need sponsors to do some commercials for us. For like a minute.
NXT 4 is coming back. They say they're doing another season of NXT, possibly next month, December. Are you excited?
No.
I guess it's going to be on the internet again.
Or other show.
Yeah, they need to give it up. The first one was the best one, and it was just okay.
Sure. And they knew it. That's why they're running with the next one. That's why they have this angle going.
Rampage is still trying hard to work for the WWE. He wants to, when his UFC career is over, he lost again.
Quentin Jackson.
Yes, when his career is over, and who knows when that's going to be, probably sooner than later, he really wants to work for WWE. He keeps bringing it up in interviews if they welcome him in. Would they want him?
Why not? Why not?
Oh, listen, there was a bunch of releases. We didn't get to talk about this. I know this is just a little bit old, and we didn't get to mention it, but there was a lot of WWE releases. Tiffany, Jillian Hall, Kaylin Croft, I can't say I know who that is. Vance Archer, Shad, Crime Time is no longer going to be together. Shad Gaspard is gone.
Yeah. Group stuck.
And listen, the saddest one of them all, the one that makes me just cry at night, this guy, let me tell you something about this fellow who was released. We were outside the arena. We were taking pictures. The guys were leaving for the night. It was after a Raw. Truth's walking through the crowd, high-fiving some people. Eve walked through the crowd, VIP. You saw, gave her a hug. We took a picture with him. This guy came through in his car and was covering up his face. He did not want to have any pictures or any video of him. And VIP's like, who is this guy? This guy who thought he was such a big deal that the fans couldn't take a picture of him was a guy that got released. Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows. He was too good for the camera, so now he's no longer in the WWE.
Sad day.
Sad day. Say goodbye to Luke Gallows. And that's it. I'm not going to talk about Luke anymore because he's out of wrestling now. That's what happens, you know. What goes around comes around. Karma. Fans just want to take your picture, and you want to be a prick about it. That's what you get. Are we ready to announce the nominations for the Tag Team of the Year?
Oh, yeah. Give it to us.
Tag Team of the Year. The first nomination, Generation Me. What do you think about Generation Me? This is an underdog pick. I know this might not be on most people's lists, but I thought this is a great tag team. They have a lot of potential. Yes, it's a bit of a Hardy Boys thing, gimmick-wise, but I think they're good, and they're young, and they came up on the scene, and I think they're one of the better tag teams at the moment. And I know there could have been some other teams I put in that slot, but I thought they had a bit of a breakout year for themselves. As far as getting signed, they were in a little bit of a tag title picture. That's my nomination.
Sure, I like them. They work well together. They're brothers, right? So they're perfect. They're a tag team. They're a real tag team. You don't see those guys going solo anytime soon.
Speaking of a real tag team, I went in, I did a little research, I watched some matches. I'm talking about Ring of Honor. We have a nomination from Ring of Honor for Tag Team of the Year. They had a big year. They won the titles, and I saw some great matches with them and the Briscoe brothers. The Kings of Wrestling are up for a nomination, Tag Team of the Year.
Reign. Supreme.
And you see, that's a good theme. You hear the theme, K-O-W, Kings. I mean, it's in your face. That's who they are. It's about them. It's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a rock and roll song or just a plain alternative song, as like TNA likes to do a lot of times. And WWE sometimes, their themes these days, not as good as they used to be. That's a solid theme, and it's authentic to the group. They look like a total package group, good wrestlers. They look good together. They have a good gimmick, and they're great in the ring, and they had a big year for Ring of Honor. They were a real tag team. We're not going to give it to any of these clown tag teams. We're talking Tag Team of the Year.
Right, not just showmans. You have to be a real tag team.
Next nominee for Tag Team of the Year, so far we got Gen Me, Kings of Wrestling.
Beer! Money!
So that's a good song, too. Give TNA credit. That's a great song.
You picture some guy playing at a trailer park?
Absolutely. They're a good combination. Rude, All Business, Storm. I've never been a Storm fan, but I like this tag team. They do work. I've sometimes said Rude should go on his own, but you know what? They've been together so long. They're a good group. They're a real tag team, which is so few and far between these days, so I stand corrected. I like Beer Money. They're a nomination, Tag Team of the Year.
Nice. Who do you got next?
We only got one spot left for Tag Team of the Year, ladies and gentlemen.
High Voltage.
Okay, you get it. Eventually they go, Motor City. That's kind of cool. That is to them, but that should be in the beginning, right? Right away, they should be doing the motor. It takes too long to kick. But we're talking about the theme music. The tag team is awesome. They're a great team, great wrestlers, total package. I don't know how great the charisma is. Let's be honest. As far as mic work, I don't know if they're ever going to stand alone, but as a tag team, they're great together.
Oh, yeah. God, all the good tag teams are TNA.
A lot of them. And ROH has a lot. We could have put the Briscoe brothers in there from ROH, who I thought were real good.
Cool name.
A lot of matches I saw that I was watching were the Briscoes and Kings of Wrestling. Great matches. And the Briscoes, not only a good name, they have good little personalities on them, too. I like this. So ROH, too, has a lot of good tag teams.
WWE said no. No more.
WWE, what are they doing?
They don't care.
We got no nominees from the WWE for Tag Team of the Year. Who would you put? There's Hard Dynasty? Come on.
And there's
no.
Hell no.
Nexus, they just threw them together.
That's not a tag team.
Who else? I mean, honest to God, if you put anyone in there, it would have to be Santino and Kozlov.
Right. Yes.
And that says it all about the WWE title picture.
Right.
And not to down them either, because I kind of like them.
Yeah, they're cool.
But we're talking Tag Team of the Year, and they haven't let them be in those long, grueling, desperate title matches. And I think Kozlov and Santino could both do it. Santino was the champ. They could do it. Let them do it. They don't have to be clowns all the time. They can be good clowns. I think they're going to win the titles, though, eventually over there. They're setting them up for it.
Well, you get hit with that Santino move, you're done.
Oh, the Cobra. Watch out for the Cobra. That's a cool move.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's a little goofy, but he's a goofy character. Whatever. It works.
Where does he hit you, in the neck?
I don't know, but it's not too hot. No, I think it's in the eyes. Isn't it Cobra?
Is it the eye?
I think so. I don't know.
Dude, I think it's like the neck.
No, I don't think he gets you in the neck. Maybe. Who knows? I saw it looked like he stuck him in the eyes.
No, dude.
That was the last time I saw him use it.
How is that not?
Anyway, tag team of the year, Jen Me, Beer Money, Motor City Machine Guns, and Kings of Wrestling.
Nice.
Woo! Wish we had a sponsor. I need a break.
I just told you that.
Somebody needs to give me
water. Let me go get one.
What are you going to get?
I'm going to get whoever will sponsor us, right? Will pay us like $10. Let's see here. I don't have
Taking a little water break here, everybody. We got more WWE news to get into. Hope all the wrestling fans had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We said that, but we really mean it.
That's right.
I think wrestling's doing okay now. It seems like it's getting a little better.
Well, yeah, this WWE's kicked in. TNA has done. If they haven't, man, we're in trouble because TNA is doing absolutely nothing.
Listen, everybody, you got to go watch Survivor Series, John Morrison versus Sheamus. The intros, right after Sheamus gets introduced, there's a close-up of VIP booing him. Unbelievable. And then it comes out and you could see a good shot of me. I'm cheering the hell out of him, Sheamus. Go watch it. They gave us our own shot. It's pretty cool. I'm very happy about it. And, boy, what are the odds? You guys, if you ever watch the Kick Ass Wrestling show on YouTube, the last show we did, VIPs, booing the hell out of Sheamus when he was leaving in his car. Comes right by him, and Sheamus gives him a dirty look. Go take a look, youtube.com/kickasswrestlingshow. And what do you know, after Sheamus is introduced at Survivor Series, there's VIP, the next shot, booing the hell out of Sheamus. So you got to love that.
Right. Great.
Front row Survivor Series was awesome, and you can also see us before Edge throws Kane
That was great.
through the wall in the wheelchair. That was fun, too. And that's when you finally saw us. You weren't watching when VIP got his own shot.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was a great time. And I definitely think and I said this on the Survivor Series review, every real wrestling fan should get to sit ringside at least once. And I don't believe they make those tickets available to the general public, which is a shame, because they should.
Sure.
I got lucky. We got him comped. He had a hookup VIP. Thank God, VIP. But, you shouldn't have to have that. As a real fan, you should be able to see it.
Spend your money to get what, hey.
Goldberg is having a little tiff with HBK and Hunter.
Oh.
HBK and Hunter said they don't think they don't think Goldberg should be in the Hall of Fame.
Hunter
Hearst Helmsley.
Oh, okay.
Triple H. They don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
That's well.
What do you think?
What Hall of Fame? We talking
WWE Hall of Fame.
No. He wasn't in WWE. Are they doing it for both sides, or are they doing it just WWE?
Well, you could even say if it was just...
I mean, what are they doing?
He was only in wrestling for a couple of years. Even WCW, he was only there a couple of years.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, okay, let's say he was only there a year and got hurt. Let's say his stipulation was different. But he was a superstar for that year, and he got injured. He was still...
They would probably put him in just because that's what Vince would do. He'd be a nice guy probably in that respect.
Right.
But his hall is a little bit looser in certain respects. So,
I think it's a toss-up.
I think it fits the criteria for the WWE Hall of Fame. If there was like a prestigious pro wrestling, and I believe there is, Hall of Fame, I don't think he gets in there. But maybe.
I
He
go
was
by name,
huge,
bro.
man.
I go by name.
And he kept WCW alive at a time when it was huge, and he kept them huge.
And I go by
He
name.
was big.
By name, though. Like with some of the...
I will call no Goldberg.
Right. Someone says Hulk Hogan. Even if you don't watch wrestling, you know who Hulk Hogan is. Some of the
Stone Cold.
Yes,
Steve Austin, The Rock.
But Goldberg's name's on there, too. You can't
He's
tell.
up there. He's not nearly as high.
He's there,
He's there, yeah.
He's there. So then he has to be Hall of Famer.
Daniel Bryan? Who? No. Just kidding, Daniel Bryan fans.
He sucks. What a bore. Why does he come out with Superman music? That's so cheesy. I'm with Michael Cole on this.
Oh, you're gonna get some hate.
I hate Michael Cole, but I love it when he comes in. He's like, what is this nerd? Look at this bore, dork. It's great. So true.
That's not nice.
Daniel Bryan sucks, dude. You know it.
He's a good wrestler.
The girls came out, went on him, and he was ripping on him. He was like, look, he doesn't want to be with the girls. What a nerd.
Come on.
Great, man.
I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's okay. He got a good pop. He got a good pop at Survivor Series.
Dean Malenko was okay. He was awesome.
So is Dean Malenko.
He'll never be Dean Malenko.
Wow.
He wishes. Dean Malenko would slap you in the face if he heard you say that, Big Al.
Let's see. Vince McMahon. Good news, WWE fans. Vince McMahon has re-signed himself to a 3-year deal.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. I guess because he's a public company, he has to have a contract.
Wow. I mean,
so it's like, yeah.
What happened?
If Vince gets fired, he gets this much of the revenue.
3 years.
I don't know how that works or why it works that way.
I'm only doing 3 years, damn it. I want to leave. I want to leave. I want out of this WWE crap.
And it says, if he's fired or if he leaves, the stipulations, what happens. Obviously, Vince McMahon's not going to be firing Vince McMahon.
You're fired. Linda's going to fire him. She got control. So dumb.
Is Linda going to come back to the TV now? Is she going to come back and do it?
She sucks, huh? She should. She got killed, huh? And demolished.
I guess that's about all for the news, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got a little bit more TNA news. Sabu's been released. You know about that. Raven.
So boring.
Say goodbye.
So what?
Not interested, don't care.
He's such a weirdo, and he's so out of shape. Couldn't wrestle anymore. Boring.
The Hulkster got married.
I know, I heard. Bubba was at his wedding.
What do you think of that? This guy doesn't learn his lesson.
He's a lovebird, man.
He's like you.
This guy just loves his woman.
But, come on. You just get a divorce, what has it been, 2 years?
He needs that companionship, man.
It doesn't mean you have to get married.
He wants it.
They can be boyfriend, girlfriend, and hang out. Even have a kid. He can afford it. He doesn't have to.
He's upset his boy is not a wrestler. He wants another boy. He's mad because Dusty Rhodes' sons all wrestled. Hulk Hogan's the only one that don't have a son. Even David Flair wrestled at one time. Hogan's the only one. Poor Hogan. That damn Nick. What a loser.
The only Oh, what up?
Oh!
What about the dancing girls, What up, what up? Digging it the most, the champagne. And
Okay, are you ready to rap? Like Biggie? Begin the challenge.
I just love this.
Just dedicated to you, Biggie Smalls. Yo, Biggie Smalls, straight up, brother. It was all a dream. It's all about me and Biggie Smalls, keeping it real. I've been hustling my whole life too, dog. You do your thing, Biggie Smalls, I'll do mine. We're both superstars.
Give it to him hard.
That's our advertising.
Bad cars. And now you know what you're going to do, brother.
Those are not the words.
Those are my words.
Well, that's the best part. They're my words.
I'm blowing up like I thought I would. Call the crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. If you don't know, now you know.
You had to go, but not that many. Cause you're the only one.
Go to the flashing.
Can you do this part?
I might be able to do a little of
He
that.
does that.
Hey, yo, maniacs.
Whoa. But we saw, they released the video, he had underwear. It was all just a little joke. Still very weird.
Sure. Is he ashamed Horace Hogan is the only other Hogan in wrestling?
That is a shame.
Is he ashamed of that?
Speaking of family legacies,
Oh, no.
Lacey Von Erich
Gone.
is gone. Peace. Going back to the Hulkster, Finding Hulk Hogan, coming on A&E. Have you watched it?
Terrible reviews.
They got bad reviews?
Awful.
Oh, come on.
Just telling you the truth.
Have they showed it yet? Have we seen any episodes?
I don't know. The priest.
Is it going to have some behind the scenes? You're going to see a lot of TNA people in there.
I guess.
People aren't interested in that.
Did you hear about that TNA mistake they did? They recorded, backstage conversation on Reaction and showed Rob Van Dam and another guy, a guy he was going to wrestle that night, talking to each other, joking around, practicing their wrestling moves. Did you see that? Yeah.
No.
TNA's done it 2 weeks in a row where they're interviewing them backstage on Reaction. And on the stage, they see in the background, you see RVD and, like, one of the bad guys. He was wrestling that night. So, like, talking and, like, interacting how they're going to do wrestling moves. It's so funny.
So the production needs work, and the editing clearly needs work.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, real bad. Oops. And how do you miss that? It's tape. That was the best part. Because, like, how can you not crop that out or fix that?
Eric Bischoff's son is referee now in TNA.
No way.
Jackson James.
Oh, I saw him.
Yeah,
Sideburns.
That's Bischoff's boy.
I was wondering who that was. Cool. Good
They may be doing something with him. Is he big enough to be a
He
wrestler?
wants the call supposedly already.
Oh, so he's getting involved.
But, you know, what's his name? Taz was like, hey, he's a young guy. He's going to learn.
Good news for TNA Impact. They are the most recorded wrestling program.
How do I know you're recording it? What are you talking about?
Like TiVo and DVR and stuff, yeah. They 14%. They get a 14% increase from recorded shows. WWE only gets a 5% increase. So a lot of fans not watching TNA, but they figure they'll record it.
When they're like laid up, drunk late at night, and they watch it.
Probably makes fun of it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. You know what time it is now. Time for Wrestler of the Year. Who is the kick-ass Wrestler of the Year? Time for the nominations.
Nice.
Are we ready?
Give it to them.
This is the MVP. This is the big award. This is the one in wrestling that they all want. You talk to any wrestler, what's the number one award you want? They say, I want to be Kick-Ass Wrestler of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
I hear it all the time. So who is up this year for the Kick-Ass Wrestler of the Year? We're probably making a lot of people upset right now, but for the Cena fans, they love it. Of course, John Cena is up for Wrestler of the Year. Now, hey, we're talking total package here. Is he the big draw? Is he the top guy? Is he number one? Is he Kobe Bryant of pro wrestling? Who is the Kobe Bryant of wrestling right now? He's up for it. I know a lot of people would like that. What do you think, TNA DJ?
100%. Should be on there. Hell yeah.
A lot of people won't know because they won't know the music, maybe. TNA's not as big as it should be. Kurt Angle, everybody. Kurt Angle, what's up?
Get up, don't get up. I'll never let up. I'm hopeless, I'm fed up. Listen to competition. You're hopeless, I'm faster and bitching. You want to class of tradition?
You don't think Angle should have hip-hop music?
No.
Kurt Angle, everybody, is up for Wrestler of the Year. He had a big year wrestling a lot of great matches. AJ Styles, Mr. Anderson. He was a workhorse for TNA. I think he was a definite nomination for Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah, you got it.
So we got Mr. John Cena. We got Kurt Angle. Who else is up for Wrestler of the Year? We got a dark horse, everybody. Had a big, big year this year, and I'm giving him a nomination. I think he had a great year. I think he got over. I think he works.
It's a shameful thing to cluster head, a careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of pride. Too many lies, too many lies. Oh, these words are true, and I'll make you believe.
That's a great song. It's a great song. Sheamus, everybody, is up for Wrestler of the Year. I think Sheamus had a big year.
Oh, yeah. I hated him at first, but, man, he got to me.
But what are they doing with him now? They're killing him with John Morrison and doing the Santino stuff. They worked so hard, and I think they did a good job, and they got Sheamus over. He is a champion. He's a world champion. Why are they letting him sweep the floor now with these scrubs like Morrison?
They think Morrison's the new age.
No, I think Morrison's the new age Marty Jannetty. No offense, Marty.
You're gonna like Morrison eventually.
That's not happening.
It's gonna happen.
Dude, he sucks. No personality.
He's gonna get some.
Sheamus is up, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's a good nomination. So we got John Cena, Kurt Angle, Sheamus. That's a great list. Now, these are MVPs, so we're not necessarily saying they're the best workers or technical wrestlers, but these guys got the total package going for them right now in pro wrestling. Final nominee for Wrestler of the Year.
I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Just let that play for a minute. All right, Randy Orton is up, ladies and gentlemen, for Wrestler of the Year. Huge year. He got in the main event picture pretty much all year, won the title, big matches, did his big babyface turn, and I think it was a very successful turn. He's very popular. He's right up there with Cena these days, and he gets the biggest pop. Seems like he's the top dog if it's not Cena, so he has to be up, I think, for MVP, Wrestler of the Year.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So there you go, everybody. There's our award nominations. Let's recap. Kick Ass Wrestler of the Year, Randy Orton, John Cena, Sheamus, and Kurt Angle. Now we know, who did we leave off here? No AJ Styles. I think he had a down year.
Yeah, I think he started all right, man. I thought the whole turn with Flair was gonna. I thought he was gonna be much better. Now it's just not used right.
If we were doing these awards last year, this is the first time we've done them. Last year, he's a nominee and probably the winner.
Sure. I think he won a real award.
Yeah. PWI, he won a lot of them, but he's the big guy.
Sure.
This year, not so much.
No.
Tag Team of the Year, Jen Mee, a little bit of a dark horse there. Beer Money, Motor City Machine Guns, and Kings of Wrestling getting a nomination. They're that good.
Wow.
From ROH, the only one from ROH we're giving. No disrespect there, ROH, but we're not huge watchers like a lot of fans are. So still, that says a lot, I think, about Kings of Wrestling. I think you're going to be seeing them pretty soon in WWE or TNA.
Jeez.
Feud of the Year, Mr. Anderson against Kurt Angle, Undertaker against HBK, John Cena against Nexus, and Beer Money against the Motor City Machine Guns. I think a couple also, you could have said John Cena and Sheamus. They had a nice little go at it all year. Batista and John Cena. Cena had a couple good ones, I thought.
Yeah.
Match of the Year, Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle, AJ Styles and Kurt Angle, Beer Money and the Motor City Machine Guns. A lot of TNA matches here.
Mm-hmm.
And Undertaker and HBK. So tell us what you think. Twitter.com/KickassWrestling, no G. Watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/KickassWrestlingShow. And listen to us on Kick Ass Wrestling Radio right here, the Big Al Show. We come at you with the latest news. And we also like to do the old school thing once in a while. Old school wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be coming back for that. TNA TJ, next time we do old school wrestling, I'm giving you the option of what you want to do.
All right.
What are you thinking?
Oh, yeah. Something WCW.
Ah, that's what I was thinking. So we're going to go back to WCW next time we do some old school wrestling. And next week, Saturday, 6 o'clock, very special show. We want everybody to join us. The NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion, Craig Classic, is going to join us for an exclusive interview. That'll be fun. That'll be cool. We always love to get the indie wrestlers on here and hear from them, give them a lot of the spotlight. So Craig Classic should be a great interview.
Yeah, very cool name.
I like the name a lot.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to him about what's going on with him, where he's going to be wrestling, how long he's been doing it, some behind-the-scenes stuff.
Very good.
And have a good time next week on the Big Al Show. Well, before we shut down, anything you want to say, Mr. TNA TJ?
It's been an awesome, lazy week this week for me, and I hope everyone else had the same. I hope they didn't have to go to work yesterday or today and enjoyed their Thanksgiving and enjoyed Survivor Series.
You know I did.
Oh, I know you did. Even TNA wasn't bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wrestling Fever. Who do you have the fever for this week? Who's burning you up inside? Who's got you sweating in the wrestling world? I have to say that my wrestling fever this week is going to be for a non-wrestler. Oh, it's going to be for VIP because he got me front row seats to WWE Survivor Series, which was the experience of a lifetime. It was great. Still can't believe it. So thanks to VIP. Unbelievable. And go check out our Survivor Series review here on blogtalkradio.com/KAW Wrestling and listen to me and VIP talk about our experience there.
Nice.
That's my wrestling fever. TNA CJ, who do you got the fever for this week?
I'm going to say Ric Flair because he's still doing it, man. He's still the man. God, he just does.
That's an easy one. You just could just pull that out of your pocket any week.
Well, that might be.
Well, I guess that's the one you're playing this week. The Nature Boy.
God, he's still doing it, man.
So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap up. Thanks for being with us. We will see you guys for our special interview Saturday at 6 o'clock, Craig Classic. And then after that, down the line, December 18th. That's a Saturday, 6 o'clock. The Kick Ass Wrestling Awards. Find out who's going to win, who's going to be the winner, and take home the Kick Ass Wrestling title. They all want it. All the wrestlers, they talk about it all year.
Been emailing it.
They've been emailing me. I've even had a couple stop by the house.
Oh.
Ultimate Warrior, to name just one.
He thought he was still wrestler.
He wanted more than that, but we're not going to get into it on the air.
All right.
So thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you guys next Saturday.
Sir.
Good night.
Peace.